Well, Jamie, there's no hiding from this Irish front row that's been named. Looking forward to the challenge?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, I know a few of those faces already. But, you know, whenever you play against Ireland, you know that you're going to be coming up against a very well-drilled, very confident Irish pack, and, you know, their front row are pretty talismanic in their team, so it's going to be a good challenge for us.
How does that Lions brotherhood work when you're getting into that first scrum? Is there a flicker? Is there recognition?
Well, obviously you know them personally, so it's a little bit, you know, but we're used to playing against people that we know nowadays, so yeah, I'm sure there'll be a little look, but then that's quickly forgotten when you're in the heat of it.
Yeah, we've had 2 games now. Obviously, you played one off the bench since the law amendment, but I know you were sort of one of the people that put a bit of input into the project and the review. Can you explain a little bit more about it and how it's affecting things?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it came from the RPA. There's a few issues around loading of the hooker's neck, so pressure basically coming through the top of the head, and I guess, you know, it's something that definitely had to be addressed. If there were injuries, if there were issues coming from people who were playing that position, then, you know, that probably did need to be addressed. So yeah, there's not as much lean going through, which means that there's probably a bit of more of an emphasis of the engagement. So if you're looking at scrums now, generally before, hookers, without getting too technical, hookers were going to be putting their feet back to then be in a position to put all their weight through the opposition hooker, whereas that can't happen now. So referees are now looking at your front foot as almost like a handbrake, and then it's basically who can release that the quickest gets over the mark.
Okay, so how's the timing going on that then?
The timing's been all right. I think you know, the first round of the rugby championship was probably a little bit of a mess, whilst, you know, it was still getting an understanding of it. The law only came in, you know, about 2 days before that first game happened, so it was always going to be the case. But I think, you know, the scrums so far have looked pretty good. Both our scrums from both weeks have been pretty good, so we've adapted pretty quickly. So you know, Ireland looked very dominant over Italy in their game, so it's going to be a tough test for us. And yeah, you know, it's about trying to adapt and learn as quickly as we can, and almost sort of learn on the move a little bit.
Having come off the bench, how did you find warm-up intensity versus test match intensity? Eddie said last week in Cardiff didn't allow as much of it.
No, it was a proper test match last week. I think you saw that in terms of the way that the game was played. You know, yeah, there was definitely no holding back, and there never was going to be, and I'm expecting exactly the same thing this weekend.
Joe Marler's back. Well, what's it been like training alongside him, and obviously having him start again? How's his mind?
His mind's good, yeah. His mind. I'd love to be inside Joe Marler's mind for a couple of minutes, see what's going on there. He's a bit of a weirdo, but he's our weirdo, you know. So no, it's been great. You know, I've known Joe for a long time now. We played age group rugby together, and we've been rooming together over the last 3 weeks. So I've really been getting to know. But he just adds so much to the squad. He's a very bright guy. He's a very calming influence on the guys. You know, I think a lot of us are pretty enthusiastic, and you know, one thing that he does is give us perspective a lot. He allows us to sort of take a step back and take a deep breath and then go into it again, and that's something that's been invaluable for us. So it's been great, and I'm sure we'll rip in on Saturday.
And you mentioned the rugby championship earlier on. How much have you guys started to look forward and start to analyse the likes of Argentina and France? You're arguably the hardest group to play.
Yeah, we haven't been analysing them really at all, but obviously the nature of the beast, you're always going to look at it. I think especially forwards-wise around the new law amendment and all that side of thing. That was our first opportunity to see what they were doing and you know, pick up a few traits from there. But you know, our main focus is on ourselves really at the minute. You know, we've had a little look at Ireland this week, but not a lot to go off. So the main focus has been on making sure we get our stuff right.
We've heard about certain Mr. Haskell getting into MMA. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I definitely won't be doing that. I can say that for a fact that there's no chance that I'll be doing that when I retire. But fair play to him. It's going to be interesting. You know, he's always had a passion for it. So I don't know too much about it, but I'm wishing him all the best, and hopefully he comes out safe and sound.
Eddie said he's going to be one of the first people to buy a ticket in the front row. Hopes he doesn't get covered in his blood.
Yeah, I'll definitely be. It could be my first ever MMA fight going to watch it, because yeah, it's going to be interesting. But you know the sort of bloke that he is. He's a very driven, determined guy, and I've got no doubt he wouldn't be doing it unless he thought he would succeed. So wishing him all the best.
Did you ever practice some of his moves on you lads in training?
He used to love like trying to show everyone, like, you know, a lot of what we do. So if we were off feet, we weren't allowed to run with an injury or whatever, pick up a little knot. A lot of the stuff we'll be doing was boxing type stuff. So he'd always take a big interest in that, and he's pretty sharp on the pads. So hopefully he can improve a little bit. I'm sure he'll need to, but it's going to be interesting to see how he goes.
There might be a few teammates around the world that now want to become
the opposition. There might be a few opposition members and a few teammates actually that might want to give him a little slap. But no, it's going to be good watching him.
Oh wow, speakers. The last 2 games have definitely been physical games. Against Cardiff against Wales and Cardiff was a very attritional game as well. But I haven't played a test match that's been easy, and I think that's just the nature of the beast.
How do you guys as players react when you perhaps see the sort of team lineup that Eddie's putting out and go, okay, looking at this one, it is clear we mean business to go in against this Ireland team?
I think every game we play we're excited for. This is no different. This is our last game at Twickenham for a little while now, so we're incredibly excited to go out there and play ball again. It's a great opportunity for the squad to show our development, show the direction we're moving, and we picked a strong side, and we just want to go out there and do well.
And there's a little bit of an unknown quantity in the Irish second row. Have you been able to do a whole lot of analysis on them?
I'm actually very familiar with both of those players. Ian Henderson, have played against him a number of times, played with him on tour. Klein, the monster lock, played against him in this recent European Champions Cup, so quite familiar with both of them and with both of their locks on the bench as well.
We saw the last game at Twickenham it seemed that England moved to a really good place in terms of game management, particularly that period where Wales got close and England managed to hold them off, and then it was a bit more of an arm wrestle style game in Cardiff. What are you guys hoping to get out of this weekend today?
I don't really mind. Whatever comes our way. Whether it, the way I play, I don't really worry about what type of game it's going to be. I'm going to Twickenham with an open mind. Whatever happens. Obviously, we'll try to play our game. They'll try to play their game, but we'll play what we see in front of us.
Finally, we're just under a month away from the start of the Rugby World Cup. How's your Japanese coming in?
My Japanese is getting there slowly, very slowly. Konnichiwa. Maro desu. Dozo yoroshiku.
Maro, Manu's back in the side. I mean, how excited do you guys get when you see his name on the team sheet? Is that a boost for you?
He's obviously a magnificent player. When he's at his best, there's not many in the world who can stop him. So I know he's really excited. He's been in the team, but on the bench for the last couple of weeks, and now gets his chance to show what he can do. So I know he's definitely excited, and the whole squad is excited to play with him.
And Eddie said in the press release that you had a shortened week to try and mimic the conditions you guys are going to have in Japan with the quick turnaround. How was that? Can you explain a bit more about the shortened training week?
Actually, it was a shortened training week, but it wasn't too out of the ordinary. At times when in other environments, sometimes you have 5-day turnarounds, sometimes you have 6-day turnarounds. And we just got on with it. There wasn't really too much that was said about it. It was the reality of the week, and we just got on with it.
And Haskell was in yesterday training with you guys. We all know now that he's joining Bellator.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Hask is not afraid of a challenge, so fair play to him. I think it shows his character, how brave and how courageous he is. It shows his competitive spirit to want to try his hand at something else. he could have picked an easier life, DJing in Ibiza, but he's chosen to be a mixed martial artist. So fair play to him, and I wish him every success.
And would you back